What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, going back to Alter Bridge. Yes, indeed, Alter Bridge fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, well then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from AB5, and AB5 wanted to see me react to this song by Alter Bridge called Fallout.
Crawl out through the fallout, baby, when they drop that bomb.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Wrestling Freak 212. Okay, and the video has 449,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Alter Bridge. Fallout. Alter Bridge 3. So that comes from the album Alter Bridge 3. Got it. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Another rebel runs against the grain. Alone is born. He's filled with anguish. Deep within, he's dying every day to find his way. He is lost, so consumed. Frustrated, he walks the line alone. Courage sets him apart. He is so faithless. All he wants embraced, he now disowns. He let it go all the while.
The feel of the song is different than what you would expect from an Alter Bridge song. Number one, we're not in 6. It's straight ahead 4/4. It's a little different. Most songs I've heard from Alter Bridge have been on that 6 feel, either whether it be 6/8 or 4/4 with a 6/8 drumming pattern. Though this is straight ahead 4/4, and what I'm really digging about this is the feel of the song. You could feel this song in 2 different ways. You got the straight ahead kind of push from that 2 and 4 on the snare. Da do da do da do do da. You got that. but at the same time, you've got this laid back, ever so slight, laid back feel from what's happening with the hi-hat. Either that, you get that open hi-hat rattle to give it that little bit of a laid back feel. I like that. You can feel it two different ways. And within that same pattern, you could actually experience both ways. You could, and I've always felt that it really depends on your posture. Like when you try this with me, just try it with me. I'm going to rewind a little bit and I want you to follow me. Okay. Watch what I do. I'm going to be sitting upright like this. Okay. And you're going to feel that straight ahead push. You're going to feel it. And then I'm going to lean back like this. And I want you to do the same thing. And I want you to see if you could feel that laid back feel with that open hi-hat after the two. 1 and 2 and done. 2 and 2 and 3. I want to see if you can feel it. See if you can feel it with me. Ready? Let's back up a little bit. Follow along. Okay, ready? Way back. See what I mean? It's cool, right? It's cool, right? You feel like you can get that push. It's straight ahead. It's got the push. It's got the drive. And then all you got to do is just change your posture. And all of a sudden, you feel that laid back feel on that open hi-hat. It's cool, right? It's amazing. It's amazing how just changing just your own posture can make you feel the song have two completely different feels. It's fantastic. Now, that's all being set up because of that hi-hat. If that hi-hat wasn't there, it would just be a straight ahead 4/4 feel. And, they could do and without that open hi-hat, you could just feel a straight push all the way through. But because they have that open hi-hat, it gives you those options. I like that. I really like that. Anyway, let's keep going here. Sharp. F. C. Back to G. Makes sense. From the 6 to the 3 to the 1.
Left behind is walking. Burning still he tries to unearth the meaning to this life. Cast aside he's weary of beating to behold. Disconnected still he fights to the light.
I have a feeling we're having a guitar solo right here. I have a feeling we are. It feels like it. Had that little bit of a breakdown coming out of that second chorus. It feels like we're going into a guitar solo. The chorus. I like the chordal progression that they chose. Starting with the minor 6, in this case, the A sharp, going down to the minor 3, which would be the F, down to the D. I like that. It makes it. And then what was really cool is they set up the next run through by transitioning from the D to the C. So, should I just play it and I'll show you? Yeah, I'll play it. Give me 1 second here, guys.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. The chord progression on the chorus. So you start on the A sharp, right? Down to the F, to the D. Now, it'd be really simple to just sit there on that D, but they don't. They think ahead. And they go, well, we're going to go back to that A sharp anyway. So from the D to the A sharp will be a great transitional note. In the minor key that we're in, go to the C, obviously. Go to the minor 7. So A sharp, F, D to the C. Transition to the A sharp again, right? To the F, to the D, to the C again, and then transition from the C. This time, instead of going to the A sharp, back up to the D to resolve. It's smart. It's a smart pattern. It really is. It's more than just your typical, 5, 3, 1, or 4, 3, 1. It's more than that. It gives it a little more depth, because by going to that minor 6 to start, it gives you options. From there, you can resolve to the 5, to the root. You can do that. Or from here, you could go up to the 7, to the root. You could do that. You could base your entire chordal progression if you wanted. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but you could base your entire chordal progression on to the C, to the D, back down to the C again, and then back down to the 6 again, back up to the 7 again, back up to the root again, and then just stay on that root. You can make it that simple if you wanted. They decided to take it a little bit further. Think a little more outside the box. 6 to the 4, and not even to the 4. 6 to the 3 to the root. I like it. I like that chorus, man. That chorus is nice. It sounds good. It feels good. I got no issue with it. I dig it. I did back up 10 seconds already, I think. Did I? Yeah, I did. I did back up 10 seconds already. Cool. So we're in a good spot. Let's get back into this and let's see where this goes. You see, by going to that C, it gives you options for that, from the A sharp to the F to the D to the C. Now from C, from that 7, you could go a lot of ways. Going to the 6, back to where you started on the chorus, makes perfect sense. Going back up to the root, to the D, makes perfect sense. How about this? How about from the C? How about from the C to the G for the 4? Would that make sense? Actually would. It would sound good. How about from that C to the A? Would that work? To the 5th? I think it would work, but I think going from the 7 to the 5, it may sound a little awkward, but it would fit. It would absolutely fit. But because they went to that 7, it gives you some options. From the 7 to the 6, works great. 7 to the 8, works great. 7 to the 3, that would work too. It'd be a 5th. That would work. 7 to the G, I think, would be a better fit, though. Instead of the 3rd, go to the 4th. I think that would work, too. You have a lot of options. So, like, right there, we heard him go through like we did before that in the chorus. We heard him go through it twice, right? And they would resolve to back up to the D again. In this case, they went right back to the 6 again. Keep that pattern going. It gives you the option. It's smart songwriting. We're going to go back up and go down. Going down again. So I'm going to end this. Good ending. I'm glad they didn't do a taper. I'm so glad they didn't do a linear fade. I am so glad. I could see, here's the thing, I could see that song taking that direction though. I could see this song just keep on going and then pulling a linear fade. And it would, okay, would it work? Yeah, it would work, but I'm glad they didn't do it. What they did, strong ending with that little bit of a delay there to let it echo out. Nice. Nice. Great ending. Got no problem with it at all. All right, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Alter Bridge with Fallout. This was a request from AB5. Okay, there really isn't a whole lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the reaction, so this should be a short review, but then again, you know with me, sometimes I go off on tangents, and the next thing you know, we're here for 20 minutes. So, I don't know. We're going to just kind of play this by ear and see where the currents take us, I guess. Let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yup, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1. What does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great scale rating, so I think this is a great song. It would translate to 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.1, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Haha! So glad you asked. Okay, if I'm being honest, is this the most impressive song I've heard from Alter Bridge? No, there's been other songs I've found far more impressive than this. But, having said that, this is a very, very well written song with some really nice thought put into notational selection and chordal selection, with the whole goal and objective being options. And you know what I'm gonna talk about is the chorus, okay? That chorus is catchy, absolutely, number one. Number two, that's what when I talk about notational selection and chordal selection and placement to give you options, this is what I'm talking about. I talked at length about this, so I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I might, so brace yourselves. The selection, first of all, starting on the 6, from the 6, the minor 6, where could you go? A lot of different ways. You could go up to the 7, you could go down to the 5, you could go down to the 4. In this case, go down to the 3. It makes perfect sense. Any one of those will work. Going from the 6 to the 3, I like that because that natural progression is going to lead you to the 1 very naturally, almost as naturally as going from the 6 to the 5 to the 1 would be. 6 to the 5 to the 1 would be the most natural, I think, but 6 to 3 to 1, I think is probably the second most natural. So that was really smart. From the root, from the D, going to the C, very smart because now where can you go? Well, it's not as open-ended as say like starting on the 6 would be, but going to the C, going from the D to the C to start your next phrase. You could go back up to the D again, which they do. That's how they end it. Or if you're going to go back to the 6 again, it makes perfect sense as well. It basically self-solves. It's a self-solving solution. It works into a way that it's going to make perfect sense, and if you just let it, it'll take care of itself. I like that, but I like the fact that they start on that 6 and gives you a lot of options. The musicianship across the board, it's what I expect from Alter Bridge. It's thick, crunchy guitars, some nice rhythmic patterns. Drumming is absolutely solid without being, overly complex. It's very, very rooted. Very, I don't want to say simple because he's got some nice work in there. It's not just simple 2 and 4. This is the other thing that really kind of impressed me with the song was the fact that they were able to, by doing something as simple as adding that open hi-hat on the end of 2 after the snare hit on 2. You were able to feel 2 different ways of feeling the song. You could feel it as a straight ahead 2 and 4 snare, 4/4 pattern push, or because of that open hi-hat on the end of 2, it gave it that little bit of a laid back feeling. And by simply adjusting your posture, sitting up or laying back, you could feel it. You could really feel it. I'm not saying you have to adjust your posture. You can certainly just sit normally and you can feel both, sure, but I was just using the posture as an example to help you guys feel the 2 different patterns, all within the same pattern, the 2 different feel patterns within the same pattern, the same drumming pattern. That was really cool. You don't see that happen too often. That was really nice to experience that. Vocally, Miles sounded just fine, like he always does. I got no issue with anything that he was singing. I like that breakdown, the coming out of the chorus. The 6 to the 3 to the 4 to the root to the sharp to the flat 2 back to the 6 and then resolve. I like that. And then repeat, rinse and repeat. It was nice. I like the moving up to the flat 2 to get to the second part of it. I think that was really nice. Definitely attention getting. Now overall, I think this is a great song. It is. It feels good. It sounds good. It's heavy. It rocks hard. And like I said, there's some things in there that really are really interesting when it comes to the songwriting process and notational selection, figuring out what notes within the progression are going to fit the best. Like I said, going from the 6, we can go 6 to 5, we can go 6 to 4, we can go 6 to minor 3, we can go 6 to 1 if you wanted to, we can go 6 to 7 to 1. I mean, there's a lot of options. I think the notational they chose, the notations that they picked, I think they make the most sense, honestly, in the context of the song. So yeah, 8.1. I feel great with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got an 8.1, which is a great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.